Hello all, myself Dr. Shanti Verma. In today's tutorial I am going to discuss list box, scroll bar and canvas center visits used in the Python GUI programming. Let's first discuss the learning objective of this session. At the end of this session you are able to understand the scroll bar, list box and canvas toolkit visits using one demo. Now let's first discuss what is list box and what is the need of list box. Basically the list box widget is used to display a list of alternatives and user can select one or the multiple alternatives from a given list. Basically a list contains only a textual items and all the textual items have the same color and font, and depending on the configuration the user can choose one or more alternatives from the list. A list box uses that list boxes are used to select from a group of textual items. You can select one or more textual item from a list. Now let's discuss the syntax of list. The syntax of list is you have to use a list box method. There are two compulsory options parameters in the list box method. First is called as master and second is called as option. Basically the master represents the parent window that you have created with the toolkit widget, and the options are the list of the most commonly used options for this visit, and these options can be used as a key value pairs separated by the commas. Now let's discuss how the list is created. Basically when you create a list box, it is an empty list box. So first thing you have to do is to insert an item in the list box. To insert an item in the list box, insert method is used. Basically the first item in the list box have the index 0, but you can use some special types of indexes like active, and end is used to append the items to the list. Now let's discuss one demo of the list box. For creating any empty list, you have to first import a tinter module. For importing a tinter module, you have to write from tinter import star. Then you have to create a window. For creating a window, you have to create a window object. Window object name is M, and this is created by the TK, that is the toolkit widget. Now for creating a empty list box, you have to write list box and passing this toolkit object in the list box. Now you have to pack this list box on the window. At this step the empty list box is created. Now the second step is to insert the item in the list. To insert the item in the list, you have to use a insert method, and this end is used to append the item in the list. The first item is a list entry, but if you have to append a list of items in the list box, then you have to make a one loop. For example, for item in the list, that is a list have the elements 1, 2, 3 and 4, then you have to use this insert method within the loop, and this end is used to append and take one items from the list and append in the list. Now you have to run the main loop. Main loop is running to wait for the event in the window, that is a toolkit window. You can see in the figure that a list box is created having the 5 elements. First is a list entry, and next is a 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now let's discuss a scroll bar. Basically a scroll bar and list box is used combinedly, and this widget is used to implement scroll list boxes, canvases and the text fields. Basically the scroll bar widget is always used in the conjunction with the list boxes. Horizontal scroll bars can also be used with the entry widget, and to connect a vertical scroll bar to such a widget you have to do the following things. First, set the widget Y scroll bar command callbacks to the set method of the scroll bar, and the second thing you have to do is set the scroll bar command to the view method of the widget. Let's take a demo of this scroll bar. For creating a scroll bar, you have to again first import a tinter module. For importing, you can write import from tinter, import star. Now the second step is to create a tinter toolkit window object. Second is to initialize a scroll bar in the window. Next is to pack the scroll bar. In packing the scroll bar, you have to give the place where you have to place this scroll bar. I use the right orientation, and fill equals to y means the y-axis in the y-axis. Now you have to create a list box. For creating a list box, you have to use a list box method in the window M with y scroll command equals to scroll bar dot set. You have to write this for making a scroll bar in the list box. Now the second step is to insert an item in the list box. To insert an item in the list box, I have make a one loop, that is for I in range 10. Then I use the insert to insert the item in the list, and end is used to append the item in the list. Convert the 1, 2, 3, 4 into the string and append in the list. Now you have to pack the list box. I use the orientation side equals to left and fill equals to both for packing the list box. Now you have to configure the scroll bar using config method, and you have to pass in parameter command equals to list box dot yview. This yview basically create configure a scroll bar in a y-axis. Now you have to create a main loop to wait for the event. You can see in the figure that 0 to 9 values are inserted in the list box with a scroll bar. Now let discuss how basically get the values from the list box. To get the values from the list box, you have to first create one list, then scroll bar, and then after selecting the value you can get the values from the list. In this program you can see that the first step is to import a tinter module. The second step is to basically create a one frame. This printer dot frame basically used to create a frame. Now you have to create a scroll bar in the frame and list box in the frame. So here this F1 is passed to create a list box and scroll bar in the frame F1. Now you have to pack this scroll bar and the list box with some orientation value. You can see there, this is the tinter dot right, tinter dot left, means you have to place a scroll bar in the right direction and the list box in the left direction. Now you have to basically set the scroll bar, that is with the y view command, and y scroll command as a s dot set. Now you have to insert an item in the list. I inserted basically 0 to 29 values using insert command, and tinter dot end is used for appending the item in the list. Now you have to pack the frame with the tinter dot top. Now again you have to create a one frame where you want to display the values selected by the user. Again this create a one label in the frame 2. Now create a one function call that is selected the value on the basis of the cursor selection, and configure the value or the selected value in the form of the string, and print that values in the frame 2 as a label. Now pack this label, and again pack this frame, second frame. Now call this function where you have to that is used to display the value selected by the user. Now the end of program is a main loop for waiting for the event. You can see there, this is the one second frame. In the second frame, the values you are selected by a cursor are displayed as a selected values. Now let's discuss canvas. Basically, canvas is a rectangular area that is intended for drawing pictures and other complex layout. You can place graphics, text widgets or frames on a canvas also. The syntax for canvas is you have to use a canvas method with two parameter, master and options. Master represents the parent window and option is a list of most commonly used options for this widget, and you can pass many options using a comma. Now let's discuss how to create how to supports canvas supports the following standard items. First is the arc. To create an arc, you have to first gives the four dimensions, that is a chord equals to 10, 50 to 240 and 200. Then for creating an arc, you have to basically write canvas dot create arc, then passing the chord values, start equals to 0, then extend how you want to extend this canvas and what color you want to use, that is fill equals to blue. The second standard items is an image. Basically, you can create an image item which can be instance of either the bitmap image or the photo image classes. To create a photo image, you can use a photo image method. In the photo image method, you can pass the file name. For creating an image in the canvas, you can write canvas dot create underscore image, the image size, x-axis and y-axis, then the anchor means the direction, that is I pass here is a northeast, and the name of the file. Now let's discuss a line. To create a line in the canvas, here you can write canvas dot create line and passing the line options parameters, that is x0 y0 create one line, x1 y1 create another line, and so on. You can also pass certain options within the line method. To create a oval, you have to write create underscore oval in the canvas method, and for creating a oval, you have to pass four data points, that is a x0, y0, x1, y1. That is a compulsory, and you have also passed various options. For creating a polygon, you have to write create underscore polygon. You have to pass the data points, that is a x0, y0, x1, y1 and so on with the options. Now let's discuss one example of canvas. To creating a canvas, again you have to first import a tinter, then create one root window with the help of tinter. Now let's create a canvas. To create a canvas, first you have to pass the window name, that is a top, then background color is a blue, then canvas size, height and width of the canvas. Now to create a arc on the canvas, you have to first declare the four data points, that is a 10, 50, 240 and 210. To create arc in the canvas, you have to write c dot create arc. C is the object of the canvas, then data points, then start, extend and the color, and then pack the canvas. Now main loop, that is used to waiting for the event. You can see here that one canvas is created having the height 250 and the width 300, the background color is blue, and one arc is created with data points 10, 50, 240 and 210 having the color red. In this tutorial, I was discussed scroll bar. then list boxes and canvas using demo. For more learning, you can refer these references. Thank you.